motion to resume public session? Mr. Long, Ms. Manchella, all in favor? The vote is unanimous. We are now back in public session. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. All right, we're going to begin this evening with our GC Pride Awards.
Good evening. Thank you, Superintendent Dr. Ball, Board President Ms. Coffey, the rest of the board, and the rest of Cabinet. My name is Lisa Young. I'm the Director of Phys Ed Health and Athletics here at Gage-Chili. My first GC Pride Award winner is Dante Stewart. Dante Stewart exemplifies the Gage-Chili Spartan way through his consistent display of respect, responsibility, compassion, and hard work. As a dedicated member of both the tennis and bowling teams, including contributing to a sectional championship team, Dante demonstrates exceptional sportsmanship, commitment, and support for his teammates. He is known for encouraging others, leading by example, and fostering a positive team environment where everyone feels valued. Beyond athletics, Dante is actively involved in theater and band, showing his willingness to contribute to multiple aspects of the school community, while balancing responsibilities with excellence. His ability to connect with peers across activities, remain humble in success, and consistently demonstrate kindness and integrity makes him highly deserving of recognition as a student leader. Dante's positive influence extends beyond his accomplishments, and as he embodies what it means to be a well-rounded student and role model at Gage-Chili. Congratulations, Dante. My next GC Pride Award winner is Mr. Jimmy Lee. Jimmy Lee consistently exemplifies the values that define the Gage-Chili community through his selfless dedication, commitment, and service to students and athletics. He embodies respect through the way he supports coaches, athletes, officials, and spectators, understanding the important role he plays in creating a positive and welcoming environment for all involved. Jimmy's dedication reflects integrity because he can always be counted on to fulfill his responsibilities with reliability, professionalism, and consistency. He does the work not for recognition, but because he genuinely cares about students and the Gage-Chili community. His service demonstrates determination through the countless hours he invests behind the scenes, often without acknowledgement, to ensure athletic events run smoothly and successfully. Finally, Jimmy represents excellence by going above and beyond expectations. His commitment enhances the experience of every student athlete and contributes significantly to the culture and success of Gage-Chili athletics. Jimmy Lee is more than someone who runs the clock. He is a trusted supporter, a dependable presence, and a shining example of the Spartan way. His extraordinary dedication to Gage-Chili athletics and students makes him highly deserving of the GC Pride Award. Jimmy Lee.
Thank you both for all of your hard work. I believe the lady walking around the back is coming to take your picture, so you might want to follow her to the hallway for just a moment. Thank you guys again for all of your work. Do we have any agenda changes?
Yes, we do, to personnel and action items.
Thank you. Take just a few minutes for my board president comments to welcome everyone tonight and to thank our staff and our community for the turnout that we saw at this past budget vote and election. We had so many community members participating that it's really good to see that the work, the partnership, the collaboration, to see those pieces pay off for people to be able to come and have their voice be heard. So again, just thank you to everybody for that and for the work it goes to support our kids. Had the pleasure of seeing the marching band perform at the Gates Memorial Ceremony. So it was wonderful again for that community connection to see them out there bright and early. It didn't even rain at that part. And just seeing how many things are going on this time of year, the gala that just took place and the sixth grade social and all of the band and chorus concerts coming up again. And just knowing that it takes so much time and dedication from everybody to make sure those things happen for and with our kids. And as we're entering that last, 5-ish weeks of school, as we're getting all of our interim reports, just again, being so thankful for all of our staff and our kids and our families as everybody kind of holds strong and finishes their year out well. Thank you. Do we have any points of interest? Ms. Littlewood?
Yes, I just wanted to thank the unified basketball coach. I was able to attend the game during the school day on Friday against Penfield, and it was amazing to have it during the school day and seeing everyone on the dance floor during halftime. So thank you and congrats to Coach Esposito for retiring. Thank you.
Thanks. Any additional points of interest? All right. Do we have? Go ahead.
Forgot to mention Chief Long's dancing as well. Thank you.
I'm glad you added that in. Thank you. Do we have any reports of meetings? Okay. Do we have any visitor comments? All right, that moves us on now to our athletics update.
Hello again. Good evening. Today I'm presenting our year of 2026 for athletics. So I'm just going to go through and talk about just a few things as far as participation, some awards that we received as team and athletes. So our first thing that I want to start out with is I completed, this will be June 1st will be a year that I've been completed here as the Director of Phys Ed Health and Athletics. It went by fast, and I'm not going to lie. It's been a great year. I learned a lot from a lot of people who helped me along the way. I had a lot of mentors in different ways, and I'm excited to keep going. I am a Gage Child alum from class of 2000. While I was here, I played basketball and I ran outdoor track, and some of my coaches are still here. Some of my teachers are still here. So it's been very fun and definitely eventful. Excited for what next year brings. So for our participation, as you can see here, this year we had 1,371 student athletes. It's been the highest since it's in the last 7 years. And in the fall and spring are when we have the most student athletes. This bar graph just shows you how much each season actually represents our students. And again, you can see that in the fall and the winter, or fall and spring, is where we have the most participation. Our 3 seasoned student athletes, now these are, students who actually, some play 4, 5, 6 sports, believe it or not. And it's growing. It's been a great trend. As you can see, we had 131 students from, that's just in that's middle school and high school. So it's a great trend that I'm hoping we keep on moving up. Scholar athlete recognition, this is definitely something that I'm working on and really instilling the academic eligibility piece. We had 9 teams and 112 individuals for the fall. For the winter, we had 3 teams, 64 individuals. That's where it's tough because our first quarter kind of ends. You can tell where that individual piece is. And then our spring team, we picked back up again. We've had 4 teams and 90 individuals. So scholar athlete is 75% of your team had a 90 or a better. And then all of the individuals that represent that 90 or better are the individuals there. So some of our individual and teams honors so far, because we aren't done yet. Overall, we had 54 students receive all county recognition. That's just for fall and winter right now. 7 students received All Greater Rochester. We had a Libero of the Year for boys volleyball, and we had a Player of the Year for boys basketball. We have 10 seniors who participated in Senior All-Star Games. We had 3 team sportsmanship awards and 3 individual sportsmanship awards. For our fall season, we had our fall competition team for cheer were our league champions. For football, we had 2 students participate in the Eddie Meath Football All-Star Game. For the winter season, we had, for our indoor and track team, 12 students competed at the Nike Nationals in January. 3 individuals qualified for states. The girls' indoor track and field team were league champions, and the boys' indoor track and field were sectional champions. Our boys' bowling team were sectional champions, and they also participated in states. 1 individual participated in states by himself and then joined his team the next day. And our bowling coach received Coach of the Year. Overall, we were NFHS Excellence Award for exemplary for sportsmanship, which is a great honor for us to have. And our boys basketball team, we had 1 boys basketball player participate in the Ronald McDonald Senior All-Star Game. So those particular Senior All-Star Games are separate from the regular exceptional senior games. So playing in the Eddie Meath for football and the Ronald McDonald for basketball are great accomplishments for our school. So for our unified athletics, just going based off of Ms. Littlewood as well, we did unified bowling this year, we did unified basketball, and we did participate in a school-wide game against Penfield during the school day. It was an awesome event, very emotional, having the drumline bring both teams out and the school erupting was super exciting, and I think, you know, I was emotional just watching it. The kids, just the smiles on their face, just from that alone, they probably could have just went home from just having the school be so excited for them to play, and everyone cheering for both teams. It was a very exciting event, and Penfield said that they want to do it every year. So it was definitely a great event for us. Before the game, we had Mr. Tom Hamill sent out an SEL lesson to the classes, just showing them what unified basketball is about, what unified sports in general are about, so that our students were prepared and understood, you know, what they were coming down to watch, which I think was a great idea. It was definitely a successful event. So Spartan Park, as we all know, opened up for us. Some highlights. We did not have to cancel any games due to fields, which was awesome because many of our games ended up being played right at home because our away teams, their field was not playable. We hosted 12 teams for the Joe LaPetra ALS baseball and softball tournament on May 16th, which was a great event, and I don't know how many compliments we got for our fields. It was nice to, you know, kind of show off in that way, and everyone was in awe. It was a great event. In the fall, we plan on converting those for our soccer and football practices and some games so that we can still enjoy them even more. So this year we hosted some sectional events. In the fall, we hosted field hockey finals. Winter, we did boys basketball, girls basketball semifinals. We hosted competitive cheer for fall and winter. We hosted the regionals for girls basketball, the Genesee and Orleans County sectionals for swim. We hosted the finals for flag football just this past weekend. And this weekend, we're hosting the finals for softball, and the following weekend, we're hosting the regionals for softball. And that's it. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Next, we have our school nutrition update.
Hello. President Coffey, Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Mitch Ball, and Executive Cabinet. I'm here for the annual school nutrition update. So a little bit about our team. Not a lot of big changes in the structure. We have 6 school cafeterias. We have over 40 school nutrition members, and we represent over 10 various home countries. lots of different languages spoken in our department. But we do have some changes on the team. 2 of our members, one retired and one is retiring next month. So at Paul Road, we have a new cook manager, and at Walt Disney. So we got a lot going on in our department with some new smiling faces. And those are all internal promotions. So in our schools, we have 4 cook managers and 2 school nutrition managers. The difference in the roles is that the school nutrition managers are civil service competitive positions, and also in the job description lean to overseeing multiple schools if needed. All our elementary schools have cook managers. They all are responsible for the operation, record keeping, stepping in and cooking as needed, keeping things running smoothly. We certainly have lots of requirements that the state looks for to make sure we're taking care of business. We have 8 cooks, 2 at the high school, 2 at the middle school, and 4, 1 each at our elementary schools, along with our food service helpers. The helpers prep food, cashier, do dishes, serve kids, and just overall a little bit of everything. I also have Carmen that works in the office with me as our school nutrition office assistant. State ed requires that we have annual training. Managers and directors need 10 to 12 hours. All the rest of our staff are required to get 6 hours. This is tracked. We have an audit year coming up, so they'll be looking at all our records just to make sure that we're keeping everyone trained and up to date. In addition, Serve Safe is a national certification that I teach, and that our staff are required to have at least 2 Serve Safe in each kitchen in Monroe County, 1 at a manager level and 1 at a staff level at all times. Free food. So we have another year of community eligibility. Hopefully the state will continue to have free meals. We just take it a year at a time, but we should be all set for next year, so that's exciting. And here comes summer already. So this year things will look a little different, but we will be at the high school doing community meals. We will be at Brasser doing Chili Rec. We also feed kids at the community center. We will be at Paul Road feeding our Gates Chili kids there. We'll be feeding some kids at the middle school with no kitchen. We will be on the road feeding kids at the Gates Parks and having a good time. We all enjoy summer. It's a nice team. About 30% of the team works in the summer. So our average daily meals served, these numbers come out of Mosaic, which is our point of service. So they do include our partners at Westside, Westview, Ridgecrest, and RTP. So we are up a little bit from last year, a little over 4,000 meals served daily out of our Gates Chili kitchens. We also serve about 100 kids a day at Hope Hall. Those numbers are not reflected, though. So our breakfast participation is up. We're at an average daily participation of 42%, which is great. You know, those breakfast numbers have really grown. If you look at 2022 compared to now, it's almost doubled. Lunch participation's flat. We're right around 73%. I say flat, but I still brag that we have the best on the west side for the suburban schools. Our kids like to eat, which is wonderful. So community involvement, Fall Festival, we always try to offer some kind of new sample for families to try, get some enthusiasm around some new items. So we did that, and then with the staff wellness fair, I'm part of the wellness leadership team, and school nutrition kind of pitched in, helped us get set up, and all the staff had fun participating. Then we have our very happy School Lunch Hero Day. That was Friday, May 1st. It's a chance to celebrate the team. We also have administrators and others that come and participate, feeding the kids. It's a great day. Just a nice chance to have some fun. And we also had Chief Long there serving that day, which is much appreciated. Any questions for me?
Do you guys have any questions? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next we have our technology update.
Good evening. President Coffey, Vice President Richards, Superintendent Ball, and the rest of the Board of Education. Very happy to be here. I see the phones are already out. Very appreciative and lucky to have two gentlemen behind me presenting. We have Roger Thane, the Supervisor of Technology Services, and Mike Munsky, the Tech Integration Specialist, and a little bit more from them to come. All right, for those of you that have, now listen, we've had people do cahoots other than me, but I like to think I'm the originator of this for the board meetings, and I brought prizes. You win this wonderful certificate if you come out on top today, so. That's the idea. All right, so you can either scan the QR code and get in, or you can go to Kahoot and type in that number. Please let us know if you need any tech assistance.
Are you playing Mitch? I just need to make sure that I keep that in mind. Okay.
And I want to
Yes,
qualify.
Mr. Reinhardt can play.
I want to qualify this. The certificate is going to the board member who gets the highest score. Some of the cabinet has insider information with some of these things. All right, since they aren't real names up there, is everyone all set? I'm not sure if everyone's in. All right. That's right. All right, first question. We like to start out with kind of an easier one. What day comes after Monday? All right, so everyone has 9 of this, I'm guessing. All right, what role did our IT team play in a recent global issue with LineWise, Chrome, and Microsoft? We monitored the issue and waited for updates. We escalated the issue and followed vendor directions. We identified the issue early and helped test the global fix, or we restarted everything because that's what IT always says to do. So obviously you can see that the answer was we identified the issue early. So this is something we're very proud of. We identified, so Microsoft issues updates, LineWise issues updates, and we were noticing that student computers were spinning and they weren't getting access to the internet. So our team was actually able to deduce that this was a problem between Chrome, Microsoft, and LineWise. And we were the first entity in the entire world to bring this to LineWise's attention and tell them it was something going on with their software and their updates. And at first they told us we were wrong. So we persisted, and it turned out we were right, and we actually became a test site. They were using our computers to test all of the things that they were doing to try and fix it. So they acknowledged the problem, then it sent out global information to every one of their customers, and we were kind of housed all of the fixes that they were trying here at Gates Child-IO, and we were really proud of that. So we helped them find a fix. You guys didn't want to hear me talk, you just wanted to see the scores. We'll do that differently next time, sorry. Or maybe we hold your attention and don't show the scores until we're
No, you need to make them listen first.
All right, what changed after improving processes like laptop incidents, personnel forms, and automation? Processes became more manual and time-consuming. That sounds efficient. Requests depended on one person to complete. Tasks became faster, streamlined, and more automated, or we added more paperwork. Everyone loves that. So yeah, the obvious one here, right? Tasks became faster, streamlined, and more automated. Some of the things we focused on over the last few years, but more recently this year, is taking processes that were manual, maybe paper-based, and creating some sort of automation around them to create efficiencies. So one example is at the middle school, our incident reports for laptops were taking weeks, potentially, and hindering getting the devices back to students. They would have loaners, so they weren't without a device, but we were able to assess that, find the bottlenecks, and get that process down to a few days digitally. We've also worked with HR, personnel, and a few other departments at district office to streamline onboarding and offboarding so that all key players across the district are notified when someone's coming on or leaving, and we can issue technology and accounts appropriately.
All right, next question up is, this year, IT handled more tickets than the prior 5. What major improvement did we see? Tickets become more complicated, tickets stayed open longer, tickets were resolved much faster on average, and we finally taught computers how to fix themselves. So we did a deep dive into some data with the help of artificial intelligence, but just a quick, some numbers to be thrown at you. Back in 24-25, as of May 22nd, we had 2,751 IT requests submitted into Master Library. In 25-26, we are already up to 3,100. And for the averages of those, for 24-25, on the average, it took 19.9 days to close a ticket. We're down to 7.1. So just the efficiency of the team that we are working together, we all have a Teams thread open where if a ticket comes in one building, we can communicate with each other, identify it, get in front of it. Instead of reacting to it, we're getting in front of it, helping our teachers out, making things work better for everyone.
Oh, sorry. The IT department responded to cybersecurity events throughout the year. What was the outcome? Issues were left for vendors to resolve. Incidents were handled quickly and resolved successfully. Systems were shut down for extended periods of times, or we all changed the passwords to password 123. So as the board is aware, we had several cybersecurity incidents this year, and that's normal. Schools are actually, so a lot of studies have come out that schools are targets because in general, people that work in school districts are friendly and helpful. And when an email request comes in, we want to help solve that problem. So if somebody comes in and asks for something, our initial response is, of course we can help you. So the bad actors, as we call them, have been prying on that. And so we are not immune to it. New York State sends out updates all the time about school districts and to be aware of. We get notifications from other schools that they're hit, so we are bound to get hit. The point of this is we are very quick in responding, and we've been very successful in what we've done to respond. Be less friendly, yes. Just be cautiously friendly.
Okay.
I would like to report that moments ago, Keandre whispered to me, "I'm coming for you."
Also, neither of you two can get the award.
So with that, I think I will bow out of the competition because I'm nervous.
I love it.
All right, so finish this lyric. I want it my way, right way, that way, fixed today. I don't know what band this is.
Oh, stop. Don't say that out loud.
This was a Jeff McKinney question, not a Mike Munski question. I think it's from NSYNC, hopefully.
No, the Backstreet Boys.
Why would I know that? That way, we're just making sure the Kahoot's working, so that's what's important there.
I almost went to the Sphere to see them, but I ended up not doing it. All right, there's our scoreboard.
All right, this year IT strengthened phishing awareness efforts. What was the result? Staff awareness in response to phishing attempts improved. Email delivery speed increased. Fewer emails were received overall. We blocked all incoming emails. Yeah, we can wish, but that's not going to happen. All right, so staff communication. has increased. Anytime there's a phishing attack, Jeff's usually sending something out, talking to Roger, getting some information on what happened, trying to be proactive, try to shut things down if something happened in our environment. There's been a focus on that know before campaign. I think if you have a Gates Child email, you're getting phishing attempts to your email. Make sure that you're clicking on that phishing button. Yeah, the fish alert button, that PAB button in there. It goes back to them. It tells that you know what you're doing. Also, it kind of help keep our environment safe. The big thing that the department has offered is there has been specialized in-person training was held for certain departments that work with highly sensitive data. We all know that data is extremely valuable, and we have to do anything that we can at all costs to make sure that that data stays safe. So Know Before has been working pretty well, constant communication, and then the constant training that's being offered around the district.
One note on that is that when we sent out our initial Know Before campaign 3 years ago, we had a click rate of 6% on those phishing emails. In the last couple years, it's dropped down to 3%. And then this year, with the renewed campaign and talk and emails sent out and with attacks happening, we're down to 1%. So 1% is great, but that's still 20-ish people that are still clicking on them. So we will not rest until we get that to 0. Beyond filtering websites, what critical function does our content filtering system LineWise provide? Device tracking, student safety monitoring and alerts, email storage, or printing support? Yeah, this one's tough. I had to make a couple of them challenging. So LineWise actually, one of the features and one of the reasons we landed on LineWise is all the alerts that are generated are seen by a person on their end. A live person is looking at every alert that comes in, and then they determine whether it's serious enough that they contact us. And they have lists of all the administrators at each building. I'm on the list. We have a few other administrators on the list, and they just go down until they actually talk to someone on the phone if something comes through. And we've had 2 incidents this year where a phone call was received and students were in not a good situation. And in communication with the building administration and the systems that our buildings and principals and administrators have put into place, we've helped students that really needed our help. And we're proud of that.
All right. After modernizing outdated IT systems and practices, what improved? Reliability improved and risks were reduced, downtime increased, systems became more outdated, or we updated everything back to the old version. Smart. So yeah, we've worked hard this past year to really isolate some issues from the past. I think we all have to be realistic in all of our roles that within certain departments or within certain areas, people have been in place for a long period of time, and some of the older mentality of leave it in place, it's working, don't touch it. What we've encountered is that approach is backwards. We want to be proactive, we do not want to be reactive. So what we've done is we've gone through all of our systems with a fine-tooth comb, and we've eliminated outdated practices and legacy systems. We are moving to include regular review of all systems, strengthening security, and aligning with current best practices. Our priority is maintaining a safe, stable, and forward-looking technology environment for students and staff.
All right, big question. What is a tech integration specialist?
Most important question.
The most important, right. A person who fixes broken student devices and replaces screens, someone who installs Wi-Fi and manages the district network, someone who supports teachers, students, staff, and admin in using tech, the person who creates passwords and unlocks students' accounts all day. Thank you for 6 of you who got it correct, not bad. All right, so essentially I am a teacher. I am one of one in this technology department. I often think of myself as a thorn in the side of the IT team because I am often out in the field. If I see something that's not behaving or not working, I'm bringing it back to the tech team. So often teachers submit IT requests in situations they don't. Well, that's where I get to come in, and I bug Roger daily. We have a weekly meeting scheduled to bring
That
daily.
wasn't a misspeak.
Oh, I do. Roger. No, I go through. So it's just I'm creating learning opportunities with the help of our instructional leaders in the Office of Instruction, from Minecraft education to Sphero bolts at the 5th grade atrium visits. I'm helping running programs. I'm helping run Parent Square with Eva, eDoctrina with Zalika, Schoology, but also I have my hand on so many other products to help our teachers and staff be efficient, and only to become more efficient as we move forward. Daily, I pop into their offices all the time. They probably want to ban me at times, but that's okay. I work with the assistive technology specialists from BOCES in getting some of the assistive tech services that our students need, identifying what's going wrong, bringing them to Roger so that he can fix them, and then getting them back in front of our students and making sure that those services are working as well. I am big on efficiencies and shortcuts. If you ever need a computer shortcut, please let me know. I can help you out with that. Also becoming more efficient on some things. I'm a thought partner, and I'm also a people connector. If I don't know an answer, I'm gonna go find someone that will help out, and I will connect them with that. I will sit in so that I can grow my knowledge base, but then I connect back to the teachers and the tech team. I'm kind of jack of all trades with a lot of different technology services. So that's the tech integration specialist.
We're very glad to have you.
All right, I get to follow up with a real heavy hitter here. So what's the most reliable way to fix a tech issue? Yeah, I know. I'm not even going to read them to you. All right. Oh. Asking under 30 is appropriate, let's be fair.
It's not the most reliable.
Yeah. This is important, though. The one thing we want to point out, this past year, well, there's your winner, too, by the way. I spoiled that one. Yeah. The big thing is that over the last year, we've been patching devices. We're making sure that things that have been outdated over the years are caught back up, they're working properly, and if you're not actively restarting your device on a nightly basis or even a weekly basis, you're not getting updates, you're not secure, and at the end of the day, you're putting our students and staff at risk, right? So we want to make sure those devices are up to par. Restart them, and you're going to have some issue occur at some point or another, and the first nerd you talk to, probably this beautiful technology integration specialist, is going to tell you to restart your device. So I can't tell you an actual percentage, but the majority of issues, if you restart, it will fix it. So, all right. Thank you for your time, and hey, congrats on your big win there. That's huge. Amazing certificate.
So before I hand out the award, are there any questions that we can answer?
Thank you, guys.
All right. Now, the tradition has been that you get your picture taken with this, started by Rob Long.
Congratulations, Andrea. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, next we have our capital project update.
Am I missing something? There we go. All right, well, this will be nowhere near as fun as Jeff's, but it's been a little bit. Just wanted a refresher. I'm Zach Mooney with Campus Construction, and I'm excited to share with you guys the capital project update. So in the month of May, we started a lot of site work around Spartan Stadium. The site work contractor began trenching around Spartan Stadium for the new mow strip and prepped the work for new fence posts, as you see in that photo there. Also started the excavation for the entryway columns into Spartan Stadium and installed the new visitor side bleacher foundations alongside of the high school. Our general trades contractor started the installation of the bathroom tile at the new ADA bathrooms in the operations center and started steel reinforcing in the middle school small gym for the new air handlers that are being installed this summer. And then our mechanical contractor just continued ductwork and piping installations in the operations center as well. Plumbing-wise, the contractor continued installations in the bathrooms and condensates for new fixtures and equipment in the operations center. And then the electrician continued installing light fixtures and finishes along the walls in the operations center as well. Next month, we expect to see a lot of work starting to happen as we prepare for a busy summer here at Gates Chi-Li. At the Operations Center, we plan on finishing the tile installations in the ADA bathrooms. After that, the new bathroom fixtures will go on the walls. We are starting the asphalt roof replacement as well, and the exterior pergola work outside, and the interior, the flooring installations will start to go down. At the high school, we will continue the bleacher installations. As you see in the photo there, that's some of the foundations underground to support it. And outside of Spartan Stadium, the big entryway arch will begin their installation as well. At the middle school, we are, as I had mentioned before, we are starting the structural steel work, so we'll plan on finishing that and painting that ahead of the summer starting. At Neil Armstrong and Walt Disney, we will start mobilizing for the flooring and painting work throughout the open concept wings. And on the exterior of Walt Disney, we will start mobilizing the basketball court installation as well. Oh, and the exterior paint of the teal soffits will also begin this week at Walt Disney. So it'll all be the nice blue. Budget update. As we sit right now, we are about 10% billed from our Phase 1 contractors. Phase 2, we still sit around $23.2 million. Phase 3 budget is around $18.7 million, and Phase 4 is right around the $18.3 million. At the beginning, we set the contingency dollars just under $2.3 million, and we have not expended any allowances to date. So, jumping into the photos, the fun part. So here we are at the Operations Center, right next to the new pergola and grilling area for the concession stand, some demolition of louver and exterior doorway. Here in the new shop area, some electric ran on the wall and plumbing work on the ceiling. We also have new paint installed. Here's a new doorway entrance that was installed. That is just a temporary door for now. Here's some of the tile work in the ADA bathrooms for the sporting events. And then here's in the new concession stand, the power being ran along the walls are painted, ceiling is installed, and the new tile work is underway as well. Here in the middle school, here's a bunch of floor preparation for the new steel work. They put a tarp down and some sheets as well. And then here at the high school, here's the beginning stages from the trenching for the new mow strip and fence post installation. So you'll see they augured holes in the ground there. Here's some of the posts in the ground as well as the new mow strip installed. After they installed the bleacher foundations, they backfilled it with stone and it's now ready for asphalt and concrete underneath it. And then on the north side of Spartan Stadium, we have the new bleacher pad installed as well. And I'll hand it over to Mitch.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mitch McAllister. And then moving on to Phase 2. So this is currently in SED for approvals. We should be able to get that permit this summer and get bidding that in the fall for fall-winter construction start. And we're looking good for closing out December 2028 of Phase 2. Some of the scope that's going on in phase 2 is here at the high school, we're doing some boiler replacements. Then there's some site work. We're doing repaving Spartan Way, new sidewalks, crosswalks out there. At the middle school, we're doing some boiler, generator, chiller replacements. At Neil Armstrong, Paul Road, and Walt Disney, we're focused on library media centers, some mechanical work, some different site work at all 3 of those elementary schools. And in the operations center, we saw some photos of the north side getting worked on right now in phase 1. In phase 2, we have south side renovation work going on, some HVAC inside work continuing on there. And transportation center, we have lactation room work and site work, and then a bunch of roofing going on at the field storage and the buildings and grounds equipment and storage room building. And here is a little teaser rendering of some of the library media center work we're looking at doing in phase 2. This one's at Walt Disney, but then we're going to carry that through with the other elementary schools as well. And that's phase 2. And then I love it. We got a bunch of different phases going on here. Phase 3 is following that. We'll start that. Well, we already started that. So we're in SD of phase 3, and I'll show you some scope in the next slide there. But we're going to get that to SED for permit at the end of the year, and then phase 4 is out in the future. So that's not until April 2028. Here's some of the phase 3 scope. We have quite a bit we're doing in the middle school, and we're just showing some of the wings where we're going to be doing mechanical unit replacements, and along with that, a lot of finish upgrades, updates, doing some mechanical upgrades in boiler rooms, some air handling units, that kind of stuff in the middle school. And then here at the high school building, we have some roof replacements, and let's see, mother's room renovation, and we're also doing the big parking lot out in front of the field house, if I remember correctly. So that's phase 3 work. Any questions for us?
Do you guys have any questions? Yeah. Ms. Jennings?
I have a big mouth. I just have a quick question. The mother's room renovation, is that an action room?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No, that's good. That's a good question.
Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Next, we have our student ex officio report.
Hi. There's been there's been a lot of things going on at the high school. So I just wanted to talk about last Wednesday. I participated in the 5th grade tours, which was really fun. All the 5th graders from all of the elementary schools came and were able to tour the atrium and participate in many different science experiments and like see what the high school has to offer and like the science programs. And it's great for the high schoolers to interact with the younger kids and teach them like what they know. Also, not last weekend, but the weekend before, we had prom and prime time, which was a really big success, and everyone just had fun. It was really nice seeing a bunch of teachers, staff members, and other students all at prom and prime time. Earlier in that, the day before, we had our DUI presentation, which went really cool. Saw Chief Long there. Yeah, it went really good. He's everywhere. And last Friday, we had a unified game, like Mrs. Littlewood was talking about earlier. It went really good. Everyone got to cheer on the team. It was a really good environment. Everyone was happy. We got to miss last period. We got to talk about what it really means for what unified is. I participated in the chorus trip to Buffalo, where we got to see a rendition of Hairspray at a theater in Buffalo, and we got to go to an art museum. We got to walk on Canal Side and have a catered dinner, and it was really fun. And it was a great experience. We also, some of my classmates went to the JA Women in Business field trip, which is for seniors or juniors at the high school around Rochester who are women, and they got to hear from other women in business fields and experiences, and they got to network with other people. And we had our award ceremony, which was really successful. A lot of different awards, a lot of people there, and yeah, that was it.
Thank you, Keandre. All right, next we have our finance, facilities, and audit update.
Good evening, President Coffey, Vice President Richards, and Board of Education. I'm here with Sam Bell, Executive Director of Operations. Sally Sanford, Director of Finance, is not here this evening, so I will do the first part, 2 parts, and then Sam will take over. So the first of all, the meeting was on the 18th of May. In terms of audit, we talked about the independent audit that's upcoming once we close out the fiscal year. And Mrs. Beach from EFPR Group shared the audit plan with the committee and shared the work that they'll be doing. In terms of the internal audit, Ms. Sanford gave a status update of how the internal audit is going. From a finance perspective, Ms. Sanford shared a copy of the updated reserve plan that's on the agenda for adoption by the Board of Education tonight. And then also talked about zero-emission buses, noting that we did something that's fairly atypical. As a school district, we filed taxes, and so generally speaking, we're a tax-exempt entity, and we don't file state or federal taxes. But because of some incentives that we had access to, and I speculate we might be the only district I've heard of that's done this, but have been successful in doing it, which is a big kudos to our finance team, is that we filed taxes and we're going to get $40,000 incentives per bus for our electric school buses. And so what does that mean? We filed that for 10 school buses, so we're going to get $400,000, which is pretty awesome. And now we're going to go back and try and claim the other 5 buses that we have as well. So that's a major kudos to the finance team and another innovative thing that the team is doing to try and maximize available cash to the district and maintain great services and programs for our students here in Gates Chi-Lai. Turn it over to Sam now. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ball. For the facilities portion, I gave an update on the external PAs that was brought up from last meeting from a concerned neighbor overhearing our bells and announcements going on. I did meet with the vendor, and they made an initial adjustment to try to find that balance between safety for our staff and students and reducing that sound into the neighborhood. We're going to continue to make those adjustments and tests, and as a committee, we discussed once we do finalize, putting out a communication to the neighborhood to let them know the steps we took to address the concerns and where we landed to make sure that we ensure the safety of our students and staff. Next, we had discussions on naming conventions. Superintendent Ball shared an article from the New York State Board of School Board Association relative to naming and the need to develop a board of education policy if we choose to go that route. We had discussions about some pros and cons of naming and what that involves for a district. And as a committee, we agreed to discuss the topic at a future Board of Education study session, just to kind of figure out the logistics behind that and if that's the direction that we decide to go as a district. I then gave updates on the Building Brighter Futures construction project and the Future Ready construction project, both which you just heard from Zach Mooney and Mitch McAllister, so I won't repeat that, but just gave a progress report of those 2 projects going on in our district and where we stand and where we're looking to move forward to as the summer moves on. That is all for my report. Are there any questions?
Do you guys have any questions? Thank Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your time.
All right, that moves us on now to our consensus items. Can I have a motion to approve consensus agenda? Ms. Littlewood, Dr. Richards, all in favor? The vote is unanimous. Can I have a motion to approve consensus items C through K? Mr. Long, Ms. Manchella, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. That moves us now to our action items. Can I have a motion to accept the annual budget and Board of Education candidates election results from election chairperson Dennis Laba? Can I have a motion? Ms. Littlewood, Ms. Davis, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. Be it resolved that the board approves the following tenure appointment at the May 26, 2026 meeting as recommended by the superintendent of schools, Amber Ake, in the tenure area of elementary. Can I have a motion? Ms. Littlewood, Ms. Davis, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. Congratulations, Amber. That moves us now to our superintendent comments.
Good evening again. Thank you. So the first big news of the week is that last Tuesday, district residents voted to approve the 2026-27 budget and purchase of new school buses. 4 candidates were also elected to the Board of Education. Incumbents Michelle Jennings, Catherine Davis, and Adam Reinhardt earned 3-year terms, while newcomer Angela Stout earned a 1-year term. I'd like to congratulate each of these individuals and welcome Angela to the board. She was officially sworn in last week and will join us at our next board meeting. And if you're wondering why Mr. Reinhardt is sitting in the crowd this evening, that's because his term as a new 3-year term member doesn't officially start until July 1, and so he's on a little bit of a break. Angela Stout's 1-year term began the day of the vote once results were totaled, and so she's officially on the board now for a year and a month and a half, and Mr. Reinhardt starts on July 1 and will be here for 3 years. So congratulations to our board members, and we're looking forward to some great work going into next year. Memorial Day services were a hit. Yesterday, the town of Gates hosted its annual Memorial Day service, bringing the community together to remember and honor the men and women who served our country. Sam Bell, Executive Director of Operations and Security, attended on behalf of Gates Chili. Thank you, Mr. Bell. During the ceremony, community representatives placed flowers on a vase as a symbolic gesture of remembrance and gratitude for the sacrifices made by our veterans. Next, I'd like to recognize 3 students who recently received Do the Right Thing Awards. Brothers Brennan and Luke C., a sophomore and 6th grader respectively, were honored for stepping up during a medical emergency at their church. Walt Disney kindergartner Grayson W. was also recognized for helping raise funds for an inclusive playground at Imaginations Child Care Academy. We're proud of all 3 students for demonstrating compassion and leadership, the exact types of things we like to see from our Spartans. We're also celebrating several students who were recognized in this year's Friends of the Gates Public Library Poetry Contest. 4 high school students, 6 middle school students, and 6 elementary students received awards at a ceremony on May 18th. It's wonderful to see our students recognized for their creativity and the many ways they share their talents beyond the classroom. 2 weeks ago, I proudly attended the Monroe County Council of School Superintendents Michael C. O'Laughlin Outstanding Senior Recognition Dinner. That was a mouthful. Where we honored Gates Chili's outstanding senior, Cassandra Carpenter. 1 student from every Monroe County high school is selected for this honor based on their scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Congratulations, Cassie. What a great event. The same day, our high school had its annual award ceremony recognizing students for their academic achievement, leadership, character, and service. See somebody? Pretty important up there. The event provided a meaningful opportunity to honor the many ways they contribute to our school community through scholarships and special awards, with students once again earning hundreds of thousands of dollars in awards and scholarships. Congratulations. Earlier this month, the high school also hosted its annual Junior-Senior Gala, providing students with a memorable evening of celebration, music, and community. This event, which is now a joint function between junior and senior class, was followed by a night of fun at the primetime event, giving students a safe way to stay up all night and have fun. You like those? Next, we want to share some congratulations for a few of our staff members. First, Gates-Chili Middle School teacher Giles Carley, who was honored by a Golden Apple Award. Middle school student Kamar J. surprised Mr. Carley with the help of WROC News 8. The segment airs tonight and we'll be sure to post it on our website once it's online. Congrats, Mr. Carley. I'd also like to congratulate Gates-Chili bus driver Pam Ketterer, who was recently named Transportation Employee of the Year. Pam received the honor at the Rochester Area Transportation Supervisors Association Awards Brunch on May 7th. This recognition reflects the care, professionalism, and dedication she brings to our students and families each day. And finally, I'd like to give a shout out to the Gates-Chili staff members who participated in last week's J.P. Morgan Chase Corporate Challenge, including a few who are in this room tonight. Organized through our Spartan Strong Staff Wellness Program, the event brought together colleagues for an evening focused on wellness and community. We were also proud to have Gates-Chili High School senior John C. perform the national anthem at the starting line, representing our district in a very special way. And I did receive a whole lot of comments from people who were at the race who talked about how incredible his voice was and how wonderful of a job he did. So kudos to him as well. And thank you, President Coffey. That is all for my report.
Thank you. All right. Can I now have a motion to adjourn our meeting? Mr. Long, Dr. Richards, any discussion? All in favor? The vote is unanimous. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.